that live? Hello. Yeah. Aha. There you go. Hello and welcome to another of the LowCostbeer Mystery Box lives. Big massive thank you to Mr. Mersey Beers for gifting this box. 12 different beers, 45 quid. It's pick and mix. You no idea what you're getting. The beer I picked out today, funnily enough, is from Radio City Beer Works. These guys were at Nottingham's Craft Beer Festival last year. Cracking beers as well. Cracking brewery. And this is their Wireless Pale Ale. Good evening, Mr. POWN. How are you? And yeah, it's fantastic beers last year. And not that I stayed at the beer festival too long, to be fair, but and again, I've not brought up my blooming magnifying glass. Put it down somewhere, I can't find it. That's fucking hilarious, isn't it? 3.4% volume. Oof. Oh, well, it is early. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, there we go. And, it's just dropping now, the temperatures. Watching along with a rocking Rudolph. I love rocking Rudolph. All good here, thanks. Trust that you keep them up. Yep, not too bad, thank you. Hopefully, the laptop, the Chromebook, plays well and I don't lose internet. And that's why on these lives, I'm going to do the review bit first, or at least some sort of a review. You know, as close as I'll ever get to doing the review. And then I can talk without the worry that I hadn't already done the review. But the fact that you're commenting is great, because at least I know somebody's watching. I was talking for 11 minutes the other day, and I thought, what's going off? To find out it knocked off at 1 minute 35 and didn't bloody tell me. So here we go. Look at that for a pour. Whether that's going to be I forget that the camera's in the centre. Whether that's going to be the finished product, don't know. Because obviously not the whole can's in. So obviously that yellowy orange pour, a little bit of a white head. Oh, good. Thank you. You know, sound and obviously picture. Yeah, there's a slight haze to it. First ever can from this brewery. I've had beer on keg at the Nottingham Craft Beer Festival, like I say. Bit of a fruit salad of a beer. It's got a lovely fruity aroma. 3.4 is that. 3.4. When breweries mess about with beers and lower it to 3.4, that's when there's an issue. Because they mess about with a beer and the beer's either over-hopped or something's not right. So hopefully this is a beer brewed for 3.4. I agree. I've had some local beers, local brewery beers that have come out at 3.4, and they're either slightly thin or they're over-hopped, like they do with, you know, these alcohol-free beers. They go overboard, and you just, you know, you're sucking your mouth, and they don't taste like it should do. And that's just crap brewing, you know. Good evening. On the Pilsner. What's the Pilsner? What Pilsner? Oh, would spill some down my face, wouldn't I? But yeah, that's going along lovely. I can't wait for Friday. I break up on Friday. Ecool. Not one I've heard before. Yeah, I break up on Friday. Literally, as long as I go in early on Thursday and Friday morning and tomorrow morning, I'm breaking up at 10 o'clock on Friday, and I'm ready. I am absolutely ready to get away and have a nice two and a bit weeks off. Well, it'll work out to like 14 and a half days. So I'm good for that. Very good for that. I would say the aroma, the initial aroma, had more flavour than the actual beer. But got to get it all in first, just in case it changes. And no, not really. So sometimes at the end of a can, it'll go thicker and it will make the beer look thicker. But yeah, 3.4. I understand why breweries do 3.4%. It's because of costs and they pay no duty on a 3.4. So I get that. But also, a lot of people these days want a beer, but they don't want something too taxing. So yeah, you can understand it, I suppose. I would say citrusy. It's light, but it is 3.4. I've had 3.4s, mind you, that have been quite thick. So yeah, someone commented the 4.2 ale in my local was strong. I know. Always tickles me when you say to somebody, "Oh, I'm drinking a 5.5%." Oh, that's too strong for me. And I'm like, "You're joking, aren't you?" 4.2%. Yeah, you do get people like that who won't touch beers above a certain ABV. It's why you look at milds. Most milds actually are around about the 3.5% mark. The original milds. Bitters, a lot of bitters are only 3.8%. So it just goes to show you, that not all beers are overly strong. I mean, for me, it's light, it's easy drinking. It's going down well. Oh, yeah, not a bad beer. It's an easy drinking, quaffable pale. I wouldn't say it was thick or anything like that, but I wasn't expecting a thick beer. So would I drink it again? Possibly not. It's one of those beers for me, like 99% of beers. I'm only going to do it once. And if you think about all the beers that you drink these days, how many beers do you absolutely, unless you own brew, do you absolutely go for again and again and again? And to be fair, most beers these days, you don't see again anyway. You see them once and that's it. Yeah, I'm always good for trying. And I mean, now that's the thing we're doing reviews. It's the review things, it is what it is, really. But I absolutely think it's a good thing to try and see how you go. If I was going to give it a score, I'd say a good 4.2 out of 5. A good representation of a lower ABV beer. I'm in the shed with my stepdad drinking a few pilsners. We've got you on the big screen, mate. Hey, fair play. You got a good heated shed. It's not heated in there. I'm cold. Hence the jacket and I've got thermals on. And cheers. I don't know about that. But yeah, you need a shed, don't you? That little bit of escapism. Just to, sometimes that's why I love the beer room. Yeah, it's not warm this time of the year. And I used to have the gas fire in here, but the wife pinched that for the house. These days, back in the day, say 5 years ago, the cost of everything was a lot lower. We didn't use the gas fire in the house, but now we are using it because whereas upstairs gets warm, downstairs is cold. My dad built ours. It has an upstairs with beds too, and heating and Wi-Fi. Jesus, that sounds great. I should literally have a double bed upstairs. That's amazing. Did you have to get planning permission for that? Because sometimes, depends who your neighbours are, but some people are pissy with that. If you live out of the way where you ain't got neighbours overlooking you, then once you built it, it's tough. But good evening, Matthew. A couple of day pales, IPAs, and duration are just as good. I think last night's Elephant was really good. It was like a tropical fruit salad of a beer. The aroma was just outstanding, absolutely spot on. That's a chalet, not a shed. Yes, it sounds decent. No planning permission because the neighbour's fence is very tall because of theft in the area. Yeah. Unfortunately, that is a thing these days, isn't it? I'll be honest. Don't hear a lot of anything of that sort of thing round where I live. Some twat did try my door once and fucking bent the door. These two idiots. And I was going to tackle him myself, but you know, sometimes it's not worth it because you can end up in hospital and not very well. Best to let the police, you know, sort of like that. But I think they were going around lots of cars breaking in. They'll break into the wrong person's car and get a good hiding. That happened where my mum used to live. She used to live on an estate called Edwards Lane Estate, and the next door neighbours they were absolute thieves. And she got a knock on the door one day, big bloke at the door, and he turned around to her and he says, "Close your curtains. You haven't seen anything." And she knew straight away what was going to go. Next minute, 2 cars pulled up and they evicted the family. These lads and that, and I think the lads got a bit of a pasting as well. And what these people had done, they burgled the wrong house. They burgled a bit of a local gangster sort of thing, and that wasn't a clever thing to do. Practically live in the shed. I can't fault you there. Sleeping there on weekends. I'm tempted. My son does aircon, and if he can get me an aircon for the shed, and it wouldn't be hard to do because I've got an area at the side, and have aircon in here. Aircon in here would be amazing. You know, just to chuck it on. And that, I mean, at the moment, I've got all Christmas stuff in here, and I've got a chair in here, and all sorts of crap. But I've technically, obviously, I've got a 3-seater settee in the shed, and then all my game consoles, and obviously more beer than a little. Oh yeah, you've got to have a man cave, haven't you? Yeah. See, when we first bought this, the wife had it as a gym, but nobody went in it. We had all the equipment, nobody bothered. So sold the equipment, and basically I've turned it into my room there. Although she's got the dining room now as a cake room for doing our cakes. So yeah, so we've both got our rooms that we go in. And I mean, this is brilliant for me. Do beer reviews. Only when it's really, really cold do I bottle it and go back up the house because it's it's just too cold sometimes. But that's what I bought the USB jacket for as well, just to keep warm. So it's a crap hole at the moment. There we go. So there's the shed. Picture of me over there. You can see game consoles, the door, and yeah, lots of crap. Homebrew section, me glasses, lots and lots of glasses, and yeah, and then over there as well. Yeah, it's a mess at the moment, gotta be honest. Yeah, it's had cleaner days, and it needs clean. And I've got a lot of my son's stuff. Had many a virtual pin tree in their shed. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in here because of Christmas. So at Christmas, we put the tree up in the front room. Stuff gets chucked in the shed. So it's not as clean and tidy as it normally is. But yeah, I'm probably due a paint actually, and sort out all my beer mats and stuff, and do a bit of a sort out, and get the old. I do fancy getting an aircon unit in here because it won't be not expensive to warm a room like this, and just to get it nice and toasty. Certainly for doing beer reviews, and then you can turn it off. You know, don't need to be on all the time. But yeah, and touch wood, I've never been broke into either. sometimes with chucking stuff away, yeah, sometimes it's a good thing because otherwise you have too much stuff. But I don't chuck game consoles away. I've got literally every I've never chucked a game console away. I've even got some broken game consoles that one day I'll take apart and I'll mend. I've got a day one PS3 from China, Japan, whatever it was. Cost me 700 quid on day one, and it's got the built-in PS2 internals, and it's got a red light at the moment, and I just need to take it apart, sort the bloody red light out, and redo it. Saw an Atari Lynx and CX the other day, 125 quid. Yeah. Retro systems gone back up. Every one of my retro systems is hacked, so I can play like I've got a SNES, a mini SNES, but I've also got a normal SNES, and I've got a flash cartridge on the normal SNES, but on the mini SNES, I've PS6. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? I've not bothered with the PS since PS3. Yeah, I've got a PS4 in here. There's a PS5 in the house. I dare say when my son gets rid of his PS5, that'll come down the shed. Yeah, I think they've gone as far as they can with graphics. I know that sounds daft, but this cloud gaming, I mean, who'd have thought you could do movies like you can now? And, you know, as long as the processor's good, I suppose. Yeah, I can see that becoming the thing in the future. The cost of prattling about, keep getting a new game console every few years. You know, to do it over the net, as it were, for the information to come in. And I mean, I don't know. It's beyond me. That is. There's only so much I understand about certain things. I mean, this winter, I want to get back into gaming myself, especially when I'm not doing gardening. I've got like 2 months solid where I'm not really gardening after hours. And I fancy getting back on the old Command and Conquer Red Alert 2. And yeah, playing some games and yeah, till 3 or 4 in the good old days of playing games till like 4 in the morning and then being at work at 7. Grand Theft Auto, played Grand Theft Auto, but I never really did the you know, the like the missions. I just went around smacking people and nicking the cars, and I just took. I'd have 20 minutes of doing that, smacking some fucking, nicking the car, and then I'd do something else. Because I couldn't really get into that game. I loved Theme Park, Theme Hospital. Obviously the Mario games, Mario Kart, absolute world-class game. Especially the SNES version, you know, older graphics, but the gameplay on that was absolutely superb. Yeah, it was amazing. And yeah, hence why I've kept all my game consoles. Football Manager, back in the day, I used to be crazy on Football Manager. I've not touched it in years. And I mean, I keep saying that I'm going to get back into gaming. And I do hobbies like beer reviews, and it takes a lot of time up. And it's the prattling around doing the social media aspect. The actual drinking of the beer is dead good, but it's the doing the social media and uploading it and all that other rubbish. This is great because I'm doing the beer review it's uploading as I'm doing the beer review, and because people are commenting, I know that I'm still live. It's when no one comments, and all of a sudden I think, am I live? Am I not live? And it could die at any moment. That's the only downer with the internet. Touch wood, StreamYard has actually been pretty decent, so that's a blessing. This is the second video on the run, and at 20 minutes near enough, it's still doing decent. So you've got good eating in the shed for the winter months then? There you must have. Oh, I hope. Somebody's at my door. That'll be my son coming home. Can't beat the ring doorbell, can you? You know, lets you know when people are there. Tinsel Toes is doing nice. In fact, let me just waft this down. I've done the review of this. I'm good. I've been working at Tesco's just stacking cash all, and my mum doesn't charge me board. Can't fault that. Although these days most parents, you know, can't afford not to charge. You know, some can, some can't. We had to charge my son, but 50 hours a week. Can't fault the hours. So I've just disturbed that, so it was clear, but obviously it was sat like that. So it's disturbed. It will go clear again, but because I've disturbed it, it's gone hazy. So put that one back. Let me grab another bottle out. See if I can get a bottle and show you it before it goes bloody hazy. There we go. So there's the Tinsel Toes, and obviously, as soon as you disturb the sediment, it's going to move it around. It is a nice beer, especially obviously the original from Woodford's. You know, not what I brewed. That's good, but the original was, you know, absolutely lovely. Yeah, it's a decent colour. Tastes nice. There's a bit of fruitiness, a bit of spice. Goes down a treat. Can't fault it really. And obviously I've got another live to do later, so I'm doing 2 lives. So I've got to set the other one up and work out how to do it again. It's funny because when you don't do lives for ages, you forget, and I'm terrible for forgetting anyway. But it's nice that we're 22 minutes in and it's not died on me. Oof, nice bit of compensation. Then again, you know, falling obviously not a good thing. But companies need to, you know, if they're in the wrong, they should pay. I got sent on a roof, went through the roof, and I never put a claim in. Should have done. Fell 9 foot. 9 foot's not a lot to fall, but when you're not expecting it, 6 weeks I could hardly walk. Yeah, and then another time at the workplace where I am now, I was moving a log and fell down a fucking manhole and then I broke my leg. And again, for nearly a year, that leg was hurting. And again, I did not sue. But if I'd have sued, I'd have probably lost my job in the end anyway. So yeah, it's a strange thing, isn't it? You know. But again, companies, you know, their health and safety should be absolutely spot on. And you know, in the grand scheme of things, lots get away with murder, and yeah, not good. So yeah, that was a nice review without it going off. Can't fault it. I love it when the lives work, and you know, we don't have issues. Such a pain in the backside when there's issues. But again, for those watching at the end, who watched the end, that was a nice beer from Radio City Beer Works. Hopefully we'll see them again over in Nottingham, from Chelmsford and Essex. One of these days, I'll get my backside over to Essex when we do our trek round the UK. But maybe not this year, because I've already got 3 holidays booked already. 2 in the UK, 1 in Spain. So they haven't paid for the one in Spain yet. So that's going to cost some. Tinsel Toes on cask. Oh, I've never had Tinseltoes on cask. I'd love that. Yeah. There is a pub in Beeston, not far from where we go drinking. And I'd love to see if they have Tinseltoes. I've not been in for a while, to be fair. Same with Rocking Rudolph. I'd love to have Rocking Rudolph on cask. I've been going to Wetherspoons. I don't really drink in Wetherspoons. I can't be done with some of the clientele. And I'm not a snob or anything like that, but you do get some rough clientele. And but they're having Christmas beers from all over the UK that you never ever see in Nottingham. So it's why I go to. And obviously £2.89 is not a bad price for a beer. Good evening, Mr. Oldham-Weiser. You know, you can't fault the price. And obviously everybody's on a budget. If you can get Santa's Progress by Daleside in Spoons, that's an absolute banger. I'll keep my eye out. If I had my other phone here, I'd be able to go on the local Wetherspoons and see what's cracking. I do want to set the wife out before Christmas, just me and her and the dog. And I had Rocking Rudolph in Spoons. Nottinghamshire beer, originally at least. Kimberley beer. Now obviously brewed by Green King. Who only bought the brewery to get the pubs. But as we know, that's what happens. Big breweries buy over breweries to get the pubs, close the brewery down, sell the land, and then turn the pubs into their pubs. Yep. All sad. It makes you wonder what the original deals were. But and apparently none of the beers taste the same. Somebody who commented the other day on the channel says Rocking Rudolph doesn't taste the same as it did back in the day. So that's sad. It is sad, really. But as we know, with a lot of beers these days, a lot of beers they aren't as good. I mean, anybody who has had a Witchwood beer in the last few years, no, mate. O'Mayall's, no. Got bought by, was it Scottish and Newcastle? Heineken? Something along them. I think Heineken now are the owners of the O'Mayall's pubs. Good evening, Mr. Mersey Bears. Just finished work, sat in the car park waiting for windows to demist. Yes, it's going to get cold tonight. Tonight's beer is Radio City Beer Works, 3.4%, wireless pale ale. First ever beer from these guys in a can anyway. Came to Nottingham Craft Beer Festival this year. Nice people, nice beer as well. Yeah, it was a lovely, easy drinking 3.4% pale ale. I had a couple from Radio City Beer Works, Essex. Yes, wrong end of the country for me, and me as well. Yeah, yeah. I know Essex is over there and down, but that's about as far as I know. Yeah. Or is that down and past London down? I forget where these are, you know. I look at Kent, because I always think to myself, we'll get over to Kent, go and see Kent Beer Reviews. And it's a trek to get down there. Navigate Bad Santa coming to Spoons soon. Ooh, not sure if it's an actual festive beer, spicy, etc., or just a name logo. Mistletoe and Swine Defo, best supermarket Christmas beer. Absolutely, absolutely stunning beer. Yeah, how's you doing? Get a map. Yeah, I need a map, don't I? To east of London, above Kent. Yeah, it's a trek. Just on the way to Spoons. Fair play. What are you having in Spoons on the curiosity side? I tell you what, the Spoons app is actually really good because you can look and see what beers are on before you get in the pub. I love that. Absolutely love that. Although not all the beers show up. I went the other day to our Beeston Spoons and none of the beers were on when I got there. And then all of a sudden they appeared. Going to Masham. Ooh, Feakston's on Monday. Oh, bless you. I need to go to Masham. It is absolutely on the raggy agenda to go to Masham and Black Sheep Brewery. You know, the history between them breweries makes me tickle. Pint of Old Peculiar. Can't beat Old Peculiar. I went to a pub in Scarborough, this old-fashioned pub, and they had two lots apart. They had two cast lines apart. Old Peculiar. and it was tasting off. And I said, and I put it on Facebook. I says the beer wasn't good; it was off, and they got a proper Mardy as well. But sort your bloody beer out. You know, it's as simple as that. Test. If you're running a pub, you check the beer. Why would you not? If I'm running a pub, I'd be sampling all the beers. I'd be sampling the beers through the day as well, but that's just me. And I'd be sampling the beer to make sure that everything's pristine. So you never get any customers saying, the beer's off, mate. And you're like, oh, hold on. No, it's not. I've just sampled it. The white beer. Figston's done a couple of Christmas beer this year. Legendary Beer, I think, is one. Rightio. So, drinking Radio City Beer Works. It's their wireless pale ale, 3.4%. Citrusy, easy drinking, quaffable beer. It was thin, but it's 3.4%. You're not going to get many thick 3.4% beers, but a good representation of the style. And 31 minutes. I'm going to kill this now because I've got to do the other one, and then the wife's coming back, so I need to be done in the shed. So I'm up the house cooking dinner, or hoping to cook dinner. But yeah, it was lovely, to be fair. So I've got about 10 minutes and I'll be back on. Thank you everyone for joining in today. Another great beer from the LowCostbeer Advent Mystery Box Advent Calendar. It's not an Advent Calendar. I don't really rate that cask mark. I don't think it's that great a thing. I've been in pubs with the cask mark and it's not that great. And I know the pubs that are good. Well, most of them at least, locally. But anyway, thank you for joining in tonight. And I've got to kill it so I can come back with the next one. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Although it takes me half an hour to turn the computer